is Chef Brenda, and I'm with the Institute of Child Nutrition. Today, I'm going to show you some easy to follow tips for adding flavor using herbs and spices when preparing meals for your child care facility. See you in the kitchen. Now that I have what I need and my hands are properly washed, let's look at herbs, spices, and blends more closely. There are many types of herbs and many of them look very similar, but they taste very different, such as this cilantro and flat leaf parsley. At first glance, these two herbs appear to be very similar, but if you pick a leaf and you roll it between your fingers, you can quickly smell the difference. This cilantro has a very strong citrus scent, while the flat leaf parsley has a very fresh, mild scent. Also, this parsley has pointed edges, while the cilantro has more rounded edges. Oregano and marjoram also look very similar, but oregano has a very distinct flavor and is commonly used in tomato-based foods. Herbs are available for purchase in two forms, fresh or dried. Fresh herbs are perfect for building flavors in recipes and in general add more depth than dried herbs. Dried herbs are easier to buy and store and offer a much larger selection. They are usually packaged and sealed in containers for a longer shelf life. When handling fresh herbs, always handle with care. After you rinse and drain your fresh herbs, wrap fresh herbs in a moist paper towel. Then place in a plastic bag just like this. This will help maintain freshness and reduce the risk of bruising. Then store in the refrigerator for no more than 4 days. Spices come in many flavors and are made from roots, buds, flowers, bark, seeds, and fruits. Spices like cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, paprika, and pepper are purchased dried and usually ground. Dried herbs are usually at their best flavor for 3 months after purchase. Store them away from direct sunlight and away from lengthy exposure to fluorescent lights and heat. This can cause a loss in flavor, shortening their shelf life. Spices can be combined ahead of time to make custom spice blends like I did here to make this Mexican spice blend. Here I have mixed in some chili powder, cumin, paprika, and onion powder. Developing flavor with seasoning is a creative process. Both taste and smell can affect children's acceptance of foods. As you begin using herbs, spices, and blends to season your foods, keep these quick tips in mind. Start small. Always start with a small amount and add more until the product has a great taste and aroma. In general, start with a 1/4 teaspoon per pint or pound. Follow that recipe. When working with a recipe, follow the direction for adding seasonings. Most often, the recipe will determine when and how much of the seasoning you should be adding. So follow that recipe. Add seasoning at the right time. When preparing quick cook foods, such as steaming vegetables, add the seasoning at the very beginning. When you're preparing slow cooked foods, such as soups and stews, you can add the seasonings at the last 45 minutes to savor those flavors from the herbs and spices that you're adding. Store the basics. It is such a good idea to keep the spices used most often on hand, like rosemary, basil, thyme, oregano, bay leaf, and pepper. Label and date those seasonings. Always list the purchase date on the container. Use the seasonings wisely. Heat builds in foods quickly. Be careful when adding hot seasonings such as red pepper, cayenne, and peppercorns to avoid creating a too spicy or flavor-intense food dish. Today's children are exposed to a wide array of flavors. It is important to offer new tastes for them to explore and enjoy. Serving balanced, nutritious meals is an important goal. But to children, mealtime is all about flavor and appeal. Thanks for watching, and for more information on preparing nutritious, and flavorful meals in your childcare setting, check out the other videos in the Culinary Videos for Childcare series. See you next time!